Hello, if you're new here, my name is Laura and welcome to my Rest and Rise yoga channel here on YouTube. If you enjoyed today's practice, then you can explore longer length practices with me and some mindfulness over on my Patreon channel, and you can start that with a 7-day trial. But for today, here and now on our mats, we're going to move through a flow that focuses on using our forearms for support rather than our hands and wrists. It's quite common to experience kind of straining within the wrists, especially if you have injuries in the past, and this might be a sensitive area for you. So I'm going to show you some variations on poses to give you a little bit of confidence. Next time you do a yoga video and the teacher is showing you with hands down, you know exactly what to do to use your forearms for support instead. So join me on the mat. We are just going to need your yoga mat and a block today. I'm sitting on my block. I've just got it perched underneath my sit bones to lift my hips away from the floor. So let's start first of all with our hands down on our thighs. Palms are going to be facing up. Close your eyes, take a nice deep breath in. Release it through the mouth. Soften the shoulders and the jaw. And let's take a few moments to arrive in our space. Breathing in and out softly. And begin to notice any sensations that you feel in your body. Maybe the floor beneath you. Any sensations in the belly or the shoulders. And draw your awareness down the arms to the wrists and the hands. Noticing how this area in your body feels today. Whether we're starting with a fresh, clean slate with no sensations or pain, or whether we're starting with a little bit of heaviness and discomfort. Your mat accepts you as you are today, as do I. Give the fingers a little wiggle. Maybe draw the fingers in towards the palms as if you're catching a butterfly, and then release. Breathing in as you spread the fingers wide. Breathing out as you draw those fingers in. Catch your butterfly. And breathing in again, stretching the hand wide. Just take that for a few more breaths, noticing the movement in the fingers. Keeping the rest of your body soft. Notice any tension that might build in the shoulders or in the belly. On your next breath in, we're going to sweep the arms all the way up above the head. Clasp your hands together and draw your arms down in front of you. I'm going to bring a little bit of movement into the wrists. It doesn't have to be much, we're just looking for gentle movement. I like to think of drawing an infinity symbol with my thumbs, you know, this one that goes round and round. Moving my wrist this way and that and becoming aware of any cracks or resistance or discomfort that might happen. And then going in the opposite direction. And release the hands. Bringing the fingertips down by your sides, press the fingertips into the mat. We're going to stretch the neck out, chin to chest, find some nice stretch down the back of the neck, maybe into the shoulders, and then tilt the head from one side to the other. Do that a couple times, staying focused on a smooth breath. There's no rush. And bring your head back to center. Release your fingertips from the mat. We're going to circle our wrists as we reach our arms all the way up above our head. As we reach the top, we're going to circle our wrists in the opposite direction as we lower our arms back down. Notice how this feels. Take that movement in the wrist quite slowly, just so you can feel each sensation each angle in the wrist, and then lower them back down. We're going to do the same thing 2 more times, but this time with our fists clenched. So before we were catching a butterfly, this time feel free to take quite a strong grip through the wrists, and notice how the change in your fingers makes your wrists feel as you take those circles. We're going to do 2 up and 2 down, focusing on that breath. Let's sweep the arms up one more time. Changing direction in the wrists and lower the arms all the way down. Good. If you're sitting on a block, then you can pop that out from underneath you. Pop it to the side. We'll use that again when we need it. And you're going to come to join me in a tabletop position. We're going to spread our knees nice and wide, big toes together. We're going to sink straight down into child's pose. So we've not spent very long on our hands and our wrists at all. As we sink down in our child's pose, I want you to really soften through the arms. Feel how relaxed and supported your forearms and wrists can be. And if you find that your forehead isn't reaching the mat in your child's pose, then grab hold of that useful block, pop it under your forehead to support you. You might want to experiment with palms facing up, turning your forearms up towards the ceiling. You may even want to place the arms down by your sides, so your fingertips are facing away from you, and soften through the fingers and the shoulders here instead. So take whatever feels best for you. Focusing on your breath. Any areas of discomfort that you might feel, focus on creating space with the breath. When you're ready, come up from your child's pose and scooch the block away. We're going to place our forearms down and glide them towards the top of the mat. So that lifts your bum. We're going to come into a puppy pose. So start to press your chest down. Palms are going to face down towards the mat now. And release your chest and your forehead down towards the mat. Again, using a block if we find the forehead isn't rested. Finding a nice stretch into our shoulders. Looking to the top of the mat, we're gently going to bring our chest all the way forwards and come all the way down to our bellies on our mats now. We're on our forearms, nice and supported. We're going to start in a Sphinx pose here. So I've got my forearms in a nice straight line. My fingers are nice and spread. This helps you distribute the weight. Often we can find that we dump a lot of weight into the palms of our hands and into our wrists. But if we spread the weight across the hands all the way into the fingertips, almost as if you're gripping into the floor, then that lessens the force on the palms of the hands, the heels. So we're in our Sphinx pose. Chest is nice and lifted, looking forwards. Really press through those forearms, start to activate. Press your hips into the floor, noticing any sensations you feel in your lower back. We're going to take a little look across one shoulder and across to the other side. And back to center. Now usually in a flow, we would move our hands underneath our shoulders to come to Cobra, but we're not going to do that today because we're going to protect our wrists. We're going to take our hands together, clasp them together so your forearms are in a triangle shape. Scooch the elbows in so they're directly under your shoulders, and you can lift through your shoulders and press your weight through the elbows. We're going to start to tuck the toes and lift the belly and the legs. This is a supported forearm plank. You can drop the knees if you just want to lift through the chest. Taking whatever is best for you today. If you have got your knees hired, then lower them down to the ground. Start to push your bottom up and back. Find a nice variation in a puppy pose here. Knees are down. Inhale, come back to that supported plank with your forearms down. Exhale, lower the knees. Find your puppy pose. The arms are staying the same in that triangle shape. We'll take that one more. Breathing in. Find your plank. Exhale, lower the knees and press all the way back. Good. Bring your palms to the floor. Start to push yourself back. We're going to come into a child's pose. Widen those knees. Find space between your thighs. Allow this pose to soften through the shoulders. Parting those forearms now so we're nice and level with our shoulders. Start to creep them forwards. This time we're going to come through our plank and lift the bum up into the air. This is our dolphin pose. Press through the elbows, nice wide spread through the fingers. Lower the knees and then sink it back. We're going to do 2 more of those. Roll through the spine. Find your position for your plank with your forearms down, palms wide, and then press the chest back towards the knees. Dolphin pose. Lower the knees and press back to your puppy. And we'll take this one more time. So these are good strength builders without sacrificing your wrists. Sinking it back. Find a child's pose, widen those knees, soften the upper body. Focusing on your breath. You're going to come to join me in a seated position. Rolling the shoulders. And before I leave you, I'm going to show you a few more stretches for your wrists. So sitting up on your knees, you can use your thighs or you can use the floor. It's totally up to you. We're going to take our hands, the back sides of our hands to the floor, and fingers are pointing towards you. Pedaling out the wrists here. And you can do this on your thighs. Depends kind of how much of a stretch you need. On the thighs is a lot more gentle. On the floor gives you more stretch. And then we can switch it around so it's palms to the floor, fingers towards you once again. And this is pedaling into the heel of the hand, to the inside of the wrist. You could also do this with one hand instead. So as your hand points away from you, take your other hand, press your fingertips towards you and see how that feels. I hope you've enjoyed this practice with me today. If anything, I hope I've left a smile on your face, and I will see you again in my next video. If you did enjoy, please like, subscribe and comment so I know you're watching. Thank you. Bye.